Iran will not wage war against any nation, Iranian president.
Here's a summary of the article.
Geneva, Iran will not wage war against any nation, President Hassan Rouhani said on Tuesday, a day after the United States announced the deployment of more troops to the Middle East amid rising tensions between Tehran and Washington. Fears of a confrontation between Iran and the United States have mounted since attacks on 2 oil tankers at the entrance to the Gulf on Thursday, which Washington has blamed on Tehran. Iran will not wage war against any nation, Rouhani said in a speech broadcast live on state TV. Those facing us are a group of politicians with little experience. He added, despite all of the Americans' efforts in the region and their desire to cut off our ties with all of the world and their desire to keep Iran secluded, they have been unsuccessful. Acting U.S. Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan announced on Monday the deployment of about 1,000 more troops to the Middle East for what he said were defensive purposes, citing concerns about a threat from Iran. Reporting by Babak Deganpashe, editing by William McLean.
This post received a score of 34,744, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Open warfare is a thing of the past. I can't imagine large-scale traditional warfare by large powers in this age. Not just be nuclear weapons would be a deterrent, and that we experienced 2 world wars in the past. But indirect, technological warfare, proxy conflicts, deception, and espionage is the name of the game. In the future our robots might encounter their robots in battle, but probably war will be something like cyber espionage similar to Ghost in the Shell. Does that include cybernetic enhancements that allow me to cloak or be ridiculously strong? Both would be pretty nice.
If you ever watched the TV series, you'd probably not like the idea of putting your ghost in a prosthetic body unless you're wealthy. You might end up being a talking trash can.
That would probably be a lateral move for me, tbh.
Sweet. Upgrades. Now I can talk.
If I sound happy about this, it's because this is my default tone of voice. I'm actually quite depressed.
So scrolling through the entirety of comments one can find a multitude of duplicates. Not saying that there's some shilling going on, but there seems to be. Twitter just removed almost 5,000 accounts by Iran in the past 2 weeks for pulling something similar. I can only imagine how bad it is here on Reddit now.
Source?
Sure, here's one. Excerpt.
Wicked, thanks. Bookmarked.
Instead of removing troops, he's sending more soldiers to the region. Instead of focusing on his own country, he's focused on turning back everything Obama did. I don't think Trump really cares about Iran one way or another, but the fact that the relationship between the US and Iran progressed during Obama's administration is enough reason for Trump to act 100% opposite to that. I'd bet a lot of money on the idea that if Obama created a more tense relationship with Iran, Trump would be handling Iran the same way he's handling North Korea.
The MAGA crowd wants less troops in the region, so it's a good thing to say for a first-term presidency. Being in a war is even better for running for the second term.
Pretty sure the MAGA crowd wants Iran turned into a nuclear cesspool.
At this point they just seem to want whatever Trump says they should want. Everyone is just trying to avoid having to admit that they were mistaken.
Yep, Trump has held directly opposing views on practically every policy so far. The only time the MAGA heads didn't follow him was when he suggested taking their guns. Greater than the only time the MAGA heads didn't follow him was when he suggested taking their guns. That didn't even work. When it came up in conversation with my father, he just denied Trump ever said that. When I showed him the clip, he said that's not actually what Trump meant, that it was taken out of context. You can't win with these people.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.